All right, folks, I'm here with Tony and Millie from UK Games Expo, and we're going to be delving into the family-friendly guide to UK Games Expo and what everyone can expect over this wondrous weekend this year.
So no swearing.
No swearing in this one. No swearing in this one.
Family-friendly one.
That's for the other one.
No swearing and no running around without our clothes.
Yes, that's very good.
Yes, those are the two top tips that I've been given by my media training.
So for those who don't know, when does UK Games Expo take place? What are the dates for it? So
this year it's Friday the 31st of May till Sunday the 2nd of June. So 3 days of gaming.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. All to the NEC in Birmingham and then the Hilton Hotel that's nearby.
And that's, again, that's the end of the break, the summer break there. So families have got plenty of time to come along. It's not during school, it's during the school holidays. So it's going to be a great family sort of weekend. Great day out, great 2 days out, great 3 days out. But you'll really have a great time. It's good value for money. Yeah. And we'd really look forward to seeing new families come along, whether you've been playing games for years or you've never played anything, not even Monopoly. I said, then come along and you'll find there is a world of games that they're there to discover.
Yeah. It's been one of the things, a lot of my friends are teachers and stuff, and so they've been sharing things like the UK Games Expo with the families of like all the kids and stuff at their schools, and a lot of them, as you say, aren't necessarily into games and stuff, and so they're all coming along and seeing it for the first time, and then coming away with stacks and stacks of things for them to play constantly, and then at board game clubs and stuff like that at schools, which is always really nice.
So we do find families will come for a day one year, and then the following year they're planning a full weekend trip. But just so families know, a one-day family ticket is £50. So that's 2 adults, really as many 16s or under as you have in your family. And of course, 10s and unders come free anyway.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So one-day ticket's 50 quid, 2 days is 90, 3 days is 110. So it's a good value ticket, and that gets you in at 9 in the morning, and you can go then and game through till midnight.
Yeah, and as we're about to dive into, there is a lot of stuff for you to get involved in, which is always nice to see. So.
Yes, I mean that's the great thing is in terms of spending your money. Often you will go to big events or shows, and it's just one long experience of being separated from your cash. Yes, isn't it? For almost everything. Yeah? You turn up to a show and go, the first thing they do you for is a programme to tell you what's happening in the show you've just bought a ticket to get into. And, of course, UK Games Expo doesn't do that. Yeah. So, the first surprise for you is you're going to get a free programme, 100 pages odd, full colour programme.
Loads of great articles and all sorts of different things in there, aren't there? So,
yes, and guides in there. You can pick up your first timer's guide, which explains if this is the first time you've been to the show, explains how and what is around you and what things to do and what things not to do. There's also a map pack as well. Yeah. Because it is such a big site, there's a separate map pack that you can fold and get your dinner on, and you haven't ruined your programme.
Amazing.
And of course,
stuff.
all of that, and it's all on the phone as well.
Yes.
So if you want it on an app, it's all on there.
So whichever way you want to organise things, it's all there. For the kids to know how to use all of their tablets and everything, there's everything. And so,
I don't know, but what little kid doesn't like having a map to work out where they are? And
that's why you still get them in the pubs with the crayons, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course.
I mean, if your kids do love crayons and if they do love drawing and making stuff, how cool would it be for them to have that drawing on their official expo ticket?
Oh, yeah. That's very good.
Because that's a competition that they could take part in right now.
Oh, okay.
This is a children's ticket competition.
Yeah.
That's right. So if over the Easter break, etc., you're wondering what to do with the children, as I always did when they had time off school, and we sat staring at each other. Yeah, right. What's going on here then? There's the child ticket competition. So the 10s and under ticket is always designed by a 10 and under.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And if you win that competition, so you just send your drawing in either by email or you put it in the post to us, you get a family weekend ticket. So you get a ticket for all the family. You get a certificate and a prize. And is there money involved? I think there's something like £100 to spend on games.
That is a good set of starter games. That is.
Yeah.
That's right. So if you've not put your child ticket in, do that now. And it does have to be the child's work.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no sort of old school project style thing where the parents do all the work for them and stuff like that.
Yes, where you get a ticket in and it's like the front cover of artwork. Where you're like, hold on a minute, Ralph.
What are you doing here?
So it does have to be the 10 and under, and it's usually judged by children as well. So we have some children who pick it.
That's amazing.
Under
really cool.
supervision. So so that's got a swear word in it. So
None of that.
that's 3 people being murdered. So no.
The dragon descending upon people.
So out of these, you can pick the winner.
Good. Talking of sort of giveaways and things like that, there's still the £1,000 giveaway happening over the course of the weekend as well. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Do you want to tell them how it works?
So obviously you have to be at the UK Games Expo. And around the hall there are a number of posts, like not social media posts, like physical banners, boards.
Yes, right, okay. Yeah.
And you have to get there, you have to be have an Instagram account, get your selfie with the board. Once that's done, at certain points at the weekend, there will be the prize draw on the main stage. Anyway, you guys will be live streaming.
Yes, yeah.
Remember it from last
or
year's
semi-live streaming if the person doing the draw sets off and does it without telling you.
That's Lloyd's fault. It's not no one else's.
But you get yourself there up to the main stage in Hall 2, and then
yes, I will. Yes. So what happens is you get your Instagram photo in front of the board on the correct day.
Yeah.
Don't turn up without that. And then just get involved in the draw, because if you haven't got the Instagram photo, then you're just going to go, no, take the walk of shame.
That's so bad.
So that's never a great family experience. So make sure you get your Instagram photo, come to the main stage. I think it's about 12 or 1 o'clock, but we will advertise that for you. And if your name comes out the hat, then I take my debit card out of my pocket, I hand it to the guest liaison.
Yes.
And you get to go and spend £1,000 of my money on games.
It is amazing seeing what they come back with. There's all sorts of strange things that they find.
Oh, they do. I'm thinking, is somebody going to go and buy like half a Geek and Sun table? Or perhaps a whole Geek and Sun table? Or
a promise of a Geek and Sun table.
However, they end up buying piles of stuff. And I mean, my favourite last year was a family won it, and it was a young lad. And he was there and he's like, oh, this is great. And mum and dad were great. And his sister went, so how much have we won? And the brother was like, well, we haven't won it. I've won it. It's mine. It's not yours.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, excellent. We get to see a family break up in front of us here. This is going to be excellent. Live stream family break up as these two start fighting until the parents stepped in and went, it's for all of us. And I'm thinking, this guy's...
We'll share alike.
You've just gone for the lot and now you're down to a quarter share. I'd have stuck to your guns, mate.
So some of those people may be inspired to go and find things based on the demos and stuff that you have running throughout the show as well, which is like a huge thing because there's so many different games for you to sit down and play. And if you're a family, there's lots of stuff very much centered on that kind of stuff, isn't there, at the show?
Yeah, I think it can be a little bit... Like, we have over 600 traders this year. Like, so many. Sometimes... If you've only really played Monopoly at home and you've only kind of sat and had traditional kind of Christmas board games, I think you can be a bit overwhelmed. But the thing to remember is every single one of those folks wants you to try the game. They're really very open to showing you what the game is, talking to you about it, whether it is the right game for you and your family. If you've got little children, perhaps this one with the big pointy monsters is not right.
So, yeah, I mean, one of the key things, as we said at the beginning, about paying to get into a show and stuff that's free. So mostly when you go to trade shows and things at the NEC, everybody's selling you something. And what you've got to remember, when you see big stands with lots of tables and games on them and people hanging around in branded T-shirts, they want you just to go and play. Often they're not selling the game at all. Somebody else is selling it. So demos are a thing that as a family you might not be used to. But they're a great way of experience because you can go and play the game for 20, 40 minutes, an hour. Yeah, get to know what the game's like. There's no pressure to buy it, and you're encouraged to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to remain in the aisle. You can go onto their stand, see what there is, ask them questions, and there are lots of stands that do that. In fact, most of them. Yeah, the ones that are just retailers, which we love, who are selling the stuff and sometimes discounted, sometimes not. You'll see those, they look like a shop. Yeah. But these other stands where you can walk in and play are really key to enjoying a day and getting a lot out of it for nothing. In other words, just for your ticket entry price.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you shouldn't be afraid to go and actually engage with all the stuff. Like, you know, they, as you say, they're there for you to engage with their games and have fun with it.
Oh,
so
yeah, they're
go for
enthusiasts.
It. Yeah.
And the other thing is to remember, if you see somebody in a UK Games Expo shirt, like mine here, look with the logo on.
Yes.
So we have different colours that designate different staff to us. So this year, all staff, that's paid for members who are paid a salary, are in black. Yeah. The two directors are in purple. And just so we don't forget why we are, look, see, it's written on the back.
You need a proper chair now for it for yourself as well.
Swivel around in that so I know who I am. So, and if Millie forgets who she is, look, it's written on the back of hers. There we go. Look, community manager.
Perfect. Yes.
So a lot of the shirts have that. But we have yellow shirts and blue shirts. Blue shirts are ambassadors. And their only role is to help you.
Right.
So if you're not sure, go and speak to them. Yeah, just stop them and ask them. However, remember, you can stop any UKGE volunteer. Yellow shirt, red shirt, blue shirt, doesn't matter what their shirt is, they're there to help you.
Yeah.
And while they may be, you know, on a different task at that point, they will stop and they will direct
do what they
you.
can.
Yeah. So remember, it's a friendly place.
Yes.
Yeah. It's open to all. We don't want you to feel like you've come into a place where you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on here, and you get less out of the day. We're there to help that.
Yeah.
Just ask. And if you're not sure where to find somebody, go to the front of the halls.
Yeah. There's loads of people there to help out.
There's always staff at the front of the halls checking tickets. They'll talk to you. Or the help desks. You'll see the help desks are there as well. Or get the map out, get the kids to go, right, help desk. How do we go up here and turn left and do the thing there? Then I dig a tunnel under this one. I come up here and boom.
Very good, yeah.
And so we just want people to get a maximum out of the day.
Yeah. Talking of sort of places that you can go and sort of like maybe even relax and have a little bit of fun in sort of like a family-friendly zone, a children's zone. You have those set up as well at UK Games Expo, don't you?
Yeah. So they're in Hall 2 this year. You have the family zone and the children's zone, and these are places, and they've got the game set up, and like in the other place, just get stuck in. They are for families and children, so all the games there, you know, instantly are going to be a big hit with your family, and the folks are there.
It's imagination gaming, isn't
imagination
it?
gaming, who do like they do a lot of children's clubs after school and things like that.
And they do a lot of school work.
Right.
So their staff are specifically trained in getting families, not just kids, but family, getting you all together and playing a game where you're not bored out your skull.
Perfect.
Because it's snakes and ladders, you're like, shoot me now. They've got games which are fun for the whole family.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's something engaging about them, and they'll teach you how to play it. I believe we may have a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the family zone this year, which is kids love Yu-Gi-Oh! So do parents as well. So the family zone and the children's zone. So the family zone is slightly older. Yeah, so I would say your young secondary school or high school kids. And then your children's zone is that sort of very much 10s and unders.
Right, nice. Yeah,
so we didn't want to put them all together because the older kids are going, oh, I'm not going sitting there. Oh, that's private.
I'm going to go sit with those ones,
They're kids. And of course, we've got Richie Law.
Richie Law's coming back again with wonderful RPG books.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely delightful. Like they open out, they've got this whole module. Like I was speaking with Richie about this year, and he wants to really remind folks that if you've played them, you can come back again because they are modular. Like each time you play, it will be new and exciting for you and the kids. And then the area as well is Monty Cook Games. They're sponsoring the children's RPGs.
And what are those RPGs? So what's an RPG? So we've got families here who've never seen an RPG.
So I think the best way I sort of think of it, it's like structured storytelling.
Yeah.
And wherever there's a chance that something can happen, we'll roll some dice and see if it goes well or goes bad.
Yeah.
If you do jump over the bush, or do you land in the mud puddle? That kind of things. So
what would be the common game they may have heard of is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, which will be familiar with a lot of people.
But this is a much simpler version for kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Specifically made and designed by Richard Law. It's a great thing. Again, books out quickly. So if you're a family and you think your kids might enjoy this, I would go straight to the children's zone, which is where the RPGs are for children, and book a slot in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So a little bit of planning there, a little bit of pre-expo tip is once you get in there, head for that zone.
Head over straight away.
and get a slot booked so you've got something for later on.
Yeah.
And parents, there's usually coffee or food around that area as well. So
just to keep you going.
Yeah, just for you to sit down while they're doing that for an hour or so.
Yeah. It's a really great way for people to for kids to engage their imaginations and have some fun and sort of explore that kind of thing. And role playing is just fantastic, isn't it? I love it. Love sitting down and doing it. It's like the storytelling of your younger days brought back, which is always fun. So yeah.
Yes, it's living in that fantasy world.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than the one we live in.
Oh, yes. Yes. So I thoroughly endorse that.
It is great to take a break every now and again and rescue the prince or the princess or the small penguin.
Or rescue the dragon, maybe, instead. Flip things on its head. Who knows? Yeah.
Except the dragon will be like, what you doing here?
Yeah. Get out of my cave.
I'm a dragon.
Talking about some other sort of opportunities for people to dive into, there's a paint and take, I believe, this time as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit more than a paint and take, isn't it? Really, it's a designy, painty, takey thing.
Oh, okay.
So, My Mini Factory, one of our sponsors this year, who make lots of 3D print files and miniatures, have come up with a competition. Do you want to explain the competition? Do you know what it is? Or am I putting you on the spot here?
So I know there are going to be a number of designs.
Yes.
That we're going to put on us.
There are 5 designs of our baby dragon.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's the baby dragon they've done. If it's not, it'll be the adult dragon. That one in a cave. So what are you doing here? Yeah. So their designers, they put that out to their design community and have come up with 5 designs, which we're shortly going to be put on to our social media for you to vote for.
Yes.
And whichever one wins, My Mini Factory are going to produce 10,000.
Yeah, they're going to do the 3D printing for that and get loads of them out for people to.
So 10,000 free miniatures.
Yeah.
And then you can both collect one from their stand or from various other places where they've been, but also at the paint and take, that you'll be given that free miniature to try out your painting technique.
Yeah.
Mine, of course, is the dip.
Dip and go.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because that is my skill level.
Yeah. But so obviously they may be enthused by what they've seen around the show. Maybe seen some of the paints that are there from different creators and all that kind of thing. Great opportunity to sit down and just have a bit of creative fun.
Oh, yeah, and you can do that. Yeah. It's not just the kids have a go. You have
everyone
a go. Sit down, have a go.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad can show the whippersnappers how it's done.
Yeah. Maybe those who played Warhammer or something back in the day could be like, I've still remembered my skills. Kind of thing. Bring it back to the tabletop.
Dip.
Best way to go. Yeah. I also hear there's a Saber Guild, the Naboo Temple as well. Interesting. Sounds very cool. I mean.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
So Naboo Temple Mills.
Yeah.
They are officially licensed costume group. But
okay. Right. Yeah.
By Disney.
By Disney. By Star Wars. But apart from that, they do full lightsaber classes.
Immediately, I am there. Can I go? Am I too old?
No, they do an adults version as well.
Right, cool.
So there's adults lightsaber classes and there's children's lightsaber classes.
Yeah.
Again, these are all free. These are just recommend you get there. They're going to be in Hall 3.
Get your bookings in.
Get your bookings in.
Okay.
They're all in the costumes. There's a wonderfully cute section where they line up all the kids and they do like force push, and the Jedis fall over, but then they give them lightsabers.
Amazing.
And and it's not like just gentle kind of, it's like an exercise class at times. So
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're teaching proper techniques for sword fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
So we saw these guys at the Space Centre when we did the To Boldly game up in Leicester.
Right.
And I watched them coming out of the class, and the adults were sweating, man. Yeah, they'd put them through their paces.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to give it a go, and then when I saw how much exercise it was, I was like, well, that's not really they're not built for speed, really, more for comfort.
Right.
So I have turned to the dark side because it is easier.
That is
Apparently
true.
so. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's easier, and there are more burgers involved.
I do like.
I like the idea of having a burger while force gripping. Rather than having to swing a lightsaber and learn stuff.
But
however, I think these guys are going to.
These guys are great, and it's like a nice activity. Like it's the kids are not just like. Like you might have chilled out in the family zone, but now you can have at it.
You spend a little bit of time playing some board games, playing some card games, etc. Move away, go.
If they like whacking things, of course. There's the Vikings outside as well.
Yes, always there.
They do kiddie Vikings where you can hit each other with swords.
No, you can't.
You can't hit each other with swords. Clearly, that is not the case. However, it has happened on occasion, and our apologies to the one-armed child.
But
disclaimer here.
The Vikings, they do something called Kiddie Vike, where they can get involved, dress up as Vikings. They also tell like Viking stories. They do like. I was going to try to say the name of the Viking epic, but I will get it wrong and do a disservice. So
should just skipping it.
Yes, I'm just skipping it, and I'll let the Vikings do that. Yeah. But they're outside, so get some sun, get back outside. Bit of fresh air.
A bit of rain.
If it's raining. Sunny.
Get that authentic Dark Age experience.
Yeah, just stand there miserably in the rain. I feel oppressed.
But the whole Viking thing is really great, isn't it? Because you can go there and you can sort of see what they're doing. You get a little bit of history from them.
It's very much a living history there. They are, living the dream, as it were. Yeah. So they're out there all night, believe it or not. They don't nip off to a hotel room.
No, you see them around the fire, don't you, and all that kind of stuff.
Do,
so you are someone who's gone there with the family, and you're staying over, perhaps in the hotels and things like that. You can wander past later at night,
or you can sit in your hotel room and
see them from there. Yeah,
see them while you're eating your room service.
Vicarious
sandwich.
Vikings, yes.
Best way to experience it, has to be said. Is just sat in the warm and all the air conditioning.
But you can go and sit down there and you can play some of their sort of old Dark Age games and stuff like that, can't you, as well? And sort of
they'll
stories.
explain the history as well, won't they?
Yeah.
Don't they have a blacksmith guy as well?
They have a blacksmith guy. They have a bunch of different crafts going on all weekend.
That might have been the guy who cut his thumb off.
Disclaimer.
No children cut thumbs off.
It's quite dangerous being a Viking.
Yeah.
It was, yes. It was.
Family show, but it's all entertainment.
Yeah.
And, again, included in your ticket price.
Yeah.
So none of this is extra. All of those things we've listed there. So playing demos and talking to people about their board games and exploring them. Children's tickets, £1,000 giveaway. Family zone, children's zones, children's RPGs, paint and take. Saber Guild, Naboo, and Living History are all just part of your ticket.
Yeah. Just make sure you get your bookings in for some of these and away you go.
Through all of that in a day.
More power to you, I guess.
Well done.
Everybody's sleeping out that night,
You'll be running from one thing to the next. So you should be able to come, and if you want to, not spend any more money on extra things.
And just have an amazing experience, sort of taking everything in and having fun. And as you say, maybe you come there for the one day, you only experience 2 or 3 things, maybe come back on the Saturday or Sunday, maybe.
Yes, you can do,
next year, come back and spend the entire 3 days there.
That's right. I mean, it is planned and designed for you to have a great family day out at a reasonable price at the NEC.
Good old Birmingham.
So even the parking that you get is discounted via Expo. So normally it's £18 a day. Yeah. Well, if you do one day, I think it's similar, but then 2 and 3 days, you're down to, and I haven't looked up the cost, but it's something like £23 for 3 days. Yeah. So your cost of parking is cut down the more days you come. So it's just a way of putting a bit more money in your pocket.
Exactly.
And not the NEC's. It is just a piece of tarmac with a car on it.
I think a key thing to say as well, I mean, all these things we talked about, they're all spread out across the entire of the different halls and stuff that we have over there for UK Games Expo, but it's actually all pretty close together. You can get to the Viking Village in 10 minutes from Hall 3 or something like that.
It's all walking, so you'll keep fit anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Because, and one of our tips for all families is keep hydrated.
Yeah.
Bring a water bottle. There are water fountains there. Fill them up. Keep drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Good.
Dad's not the beer. Ladies, not the wine.
Or maybe a Sith fried burger occasionally, and away you go.
Yes,
but yes.
And there's great food courts over at the Hilton Hotel, festival food court there. So if you want value for money and great food, at the Hilton you can get that.
There's everything you need all in one place, which is always good. So yes.
And if you wanted to spend a little bit more money, there are other things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And they are subsidised as well, so the money's kept as low as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, Millie, you've done, community manager, head of seminars and live entertainment for the last 5, 6, 7 years?
9.
9 years!
You're rocking it.
9 years. She was so good, in the end, we had to pay her. So she now works for us, where she did this as a volunteer. Mm-hmm. Which is another great way of experiencing the show. If you want to, we do a great compensation package for volunteers.
Mm-hmm. We'll have links to everything down below to a lot of things we've been talking about, so you'll be able to check that out and stuff.
So for families who don't mind spending a couple of extra pounds for
the live
seat,
entertainment stuff, what
you got?
Yeah. So we have a lot of comedy acts that have come from things like Fringe and around the world and around the UK, and almost all of them will do a variation that's great for families. Mm-hmm. So the Noise Next Door are an improv troupe. They have been on Britain's Got Talent and all that kind of stuff.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And they're doing the Adventure Academy for kids.
Okay,
and they involve the kids. So they take things from the kids' suggestions in the audience. And it's not a show where they should sit still and be quiet. They are encouraged to shout out, get involved.
Which is what you want, isn't it?
Join in.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could tell you more, but every single show is different.
Okay.
Because of the improv.
Yes, it is. I mean, I remember I saw them once and they had a dinosaur, a guy in an inflatable dinosaur costume, and they got some kids up and they've gone through this story and they had these like 4 or 5 young lads, about 9, and then they had like a 5-year-old girl. And they gave them all rubber swords and said, you can attack the thing. And, the boys went out and went, dush, dush, dush. And then this 5-year-old just ran straight in and went, boof. Obviously hit him a little lower than he was expecting.
I see, right.
And the dinosaur folds over and then falls off the stage and dropped. And she chased him off.
Improv.
Yeah. Down the stairs, ready to. They were holding the girl back.
Amazing.
And I have to say, it was so fun. That I saw them at the Fringe, which is one where we booked them. Mm-hmm. You never know what you're going to get. The exchange between the ideas, their improv, and just the chaos of them. Mm-hmm. But you'd pay. I think I paid £15-20 to see it. Mm-hmm. And I think at the show, I don't know what the ticket price is, but I think it's sort of, £10 and under, that kind of. Yeah. So we subsidise, if you've got an expo ticket, these we subsidise these to bring the cost down.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What else you got?
I like the next one because it sort of spans 2 generations. So if you love Ian Livingstone's Death Trap Dungeons, is
the Fighting Fantasy
books.
Yeah.
He's doing a live reading of that.
That's saving.
Yeah. He does that as well.
Does he?
He does save it. So
authorized technique.
Authorized technique. Yeah. So Ian Livingstone's going to be there on Friday. He's going to be doing a live reading of Death Trap Dungeon, where the very loud Australian comedian John Robinson is going to be,
who we love. Yes.
Going to be the adventurer.
Okay.
Again, this is loud, this is chaos, you're encouraged to join in. You often get people from the audience to roll the dice for them or be the monsters, or when you meet the strange person in the room, you get to be that.
Maybe throw a bit of an accent in there, play around, have some fun.
At some point, Ian Livingstone might do a harmonica solo. These things
That's
happen.
worth the ticket price alone.
It's Chaos Incorporated.
Yeah, it's loud, it's exciting, it's got that wonderful...
And John's doing his dark room for family as well, isn't
Yes.
He does his own interactive text adventure live, which he does a family-friendly edition. He does a late-night one as well, which is sometimes, I believe, has swearing in it.
Okay.
I've not been, obviously, for plausible deniability reasons.
Yeah.
And I apparently there's sometimes baked beans.
No.
Mysterious?
No,
Mysterious? What? Huh?
I categorically say there is no baked beans.
There's no baked bean tornado.
Okay.
Never.
Okay, right, sure. But anyway, this is a family-friendly version.
But the family-friendly version that John does. So it's a text-based adventure video game.
Okay.
Where you can win terrible prizes, and I do genuinely mean terrible prizes.
Oh, yes, like his empty 6-pack of Coke that he's
Okay,
drunk.
right, yeah, sure.
So you just get the cans.
Yeah, well, that's something to remember the event by as you bring it home
is.
with you, yeah. So.
But the kids get to make the choices. So
Yes.
do you go north, or do you open the door, or do you try and find a light switch? And they are, again, encouraged to join in and shout out.
Shout out, yeah, go north, go west,
that
go
kind of
west.
stuff.
Where is everything? Should we go east?
Is there any slightly quieter shows?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
So the Performing Ned is a wonderful chap called Tom Crosby, who he says it's not magic.
Okay.
He does no magic. There is no trickery. Everything Tom does in his show, you could do.
Okay. Yeah.
If you practiced. And he does wonderful Rubik's
Or
Cubes
not.
and memory games. And he will invite people up and he'll teach people to do Rubik's Cubes while he does it behind his back.
Wow,
yes.
okay.
I mean, he will do things during that show, and I guarantee your jaw will drop.
It'll take your breath away, kind of
You
stuff.
will
Yeah,
just
yeah.
literally like, no, that must be magic.
Yeah.
He couldn't have just done that.
Uh-huh.
But he does, and he's really funny.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
so funny.
He's very dry, very funny, self-deprecating.
Yeah.
It's a great hour to just pull the tone
Have a little
down.
bit of a chill kind of thing. Sure.
But
Okay.
chill, but enjoying yourself.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, really, I think what we really want families to understand and to get is UK Games Expo is about coming for a day and doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just looking at stuff, not just buying stuff, but doing stuff,
Yeah.
having experiences. We haven't touched on things like there's a board game library of over 1,000 games where you can just go and borrow a game, and in the open gaming space there are tables for you to sit and play the game.
And there's food normally in that area as well that you can go and have a look at and stuff. Yeah.
So there are just a whole range of games and experiences, but the key is don't come, go in, look at stuff, buy some stuff and go home. We want you to come
really
and
dive in
play.
and have fun with it. Yeah.
And enjoy the day and do stuff and meet people and talk to people and play games with people.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've tried to build.
Yeah. I mean, the board game library that you just mentioned is fantastic for that, because you could be sitting down with a game that maybe you've played in one of the demo zones earlier in the day and you just want to, play a few more times.
Yeah.
Sitting next to maybe a couple of other families with their kids and stuff, they're all playing things. Oh, what was that game you played? All that kind of stuff. So it's a really nice way to sort of get connected with different people. Maybe you'll come away with new friends and play more games at home and stuff like that, which is always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and it's also a way of, if you're going to spend some money on a game, this gives you multiple opportunities to play it and try it so that you don't waste your money.
Yeah.
We've all bought rubbish of these things where we've gone, why did I buy this? Is rubbish. Why have I bought this? Yeah. And the usually it's because you don't get a chance to try it.
Yeah.
You don't get a chance to experience it or even ask. Because again, if you go into the board game library or you ask at the events desk or the help desk, if there are gamers there, they'll give you their opinion. Gamers are not shy about giving you their opinion.
No, they're not. Yeah.
They're not. No. I mean, it might be total rubbish, but they will give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it with a pinch of salt. Yeah.
Yes. But it's a different thing. And we found that everybody who comes to the show usually books 2 or 3 days the following year because there's all the stuff you missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the £1,000 giveaway because you were in the board game library trying a game that you were demoed and the title go, no, missed it.
Yeah.
That's it, another fortune gone. But remember, there's one every day. So there's Friday, Saturday and Sunday. £3,000 is going out of my account. Yeah?
Do that.
Watch a grown man cry live on stage. And then, of course, there is OnTableTop's live stage stream as well.
So we're going to be doing live shows throughout all 3 days. There's going to be loads of people on there doing fantastic stuff. So if you want to come and sit down for free, come and sit in the audience, watch what we're doing.
They'll be giving away free games.
Yeah, loads of fantastic stuff.
We've got stacks of games just to give away. So you may be passing and somebody may just hand you a game and go, there you go, you are the 7th person to pass that point in the last 8 seconds. Here's a game.
And a lot of people that we've mentioned here, they're going to be appearing on the stage as well. So Ian Livingstone, all sorts of different things like that. So if you want to hear more from them, there's plenty of opportunities there.
Never mind them. 1 o'clock, the draw, I'm there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've just hit the microphone now, which means that the sound person...
That's Justin's problem.
Justin's ears will now be bleeding. which is fun in itself. But I'll be there, so you can meet me.
Yeah.
I'll be floor managing this year, so I'll also be on the floor. So please, pick me up if you see me.
Yeah. Help out.
Mills, we're not sure what Mills is doing. She'll be running around like a lunatic.
Making sure people are doing what they're meant to be doing, probably. Yeah.
Yes, she'll be pointing at people and tutting.
Yeah.
No tutting.
No tutting.
No tutting.
But look, if we see you there, say hello.
Yeah,
yeah. Say hello, shake our hand,
It's
wave,
a darn friendly show. Yeah. So,
because it's going to be a great weekend.
And that weekend again is, the dates for that?
31st of May to the 2nd of June.
So yeah, if you like the sound of anything we've talked about here, there's going to be links down below for you to go and check out the UK Games Expo website, so you can go and find out all the different stuff that we've talked about here, get your sort of bookings in for some of the live entertainment and stuff like that.
And if you didn't like anything we talked about, we will put a mental health link in for you to click that to find out why you can't have this much fun at such a great price at such a great time.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you hopefully later in the year. Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you very much, Millie. It's fantastic stuff. Some amazing stuff coming up later this year at UK Games Expo. Make sure to check out some of the stuff we've done in the past, some of our live blogs, our live streams and things like that. And we'll catch you in a new video very, very soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.